Okay, boys and girls, this is just a quick tutorial on how to set up your yearbook cover. Just kind of a quick sketch and kind of sketch it out before you begin. So let's just say that this is your paper. It'll be 8.5 by 11. And then before you start your drawing, you're going to want to take a pencil and lightly sketch out where you're going to put everything. So I suggest to I like to do my lettering like kind of going across like this. So I lightly take my pencil, and then this would be your middle line. Remember, this is just a rough sketch. And then I would, after I kind of really lightly do my lines, you probably want to do it even lighter than that. Then you can take your pen. Actually, you're going to want to just take your pencil and just write out, kind of like space out where your letters are going to go. So if you run out of room, or your lettering is too small or doesn't fit on the page, you can start over again. So what I like to do is I like to just kind of just roughly sketch it out, and I only have enough room for that. So since I did it round, maybe I'm going to want to go on the bottom, and then I'm also going to want to make sure to include the date, the year. So then just kind of making sure it all fits. This is not my block lettering, but I just want to kind of see where everything goes. You might even want to do a rough draft first. So let's just say this is a rough draft. And then get a final draft paper after that. So just kind of give yourself an idea of where you're going to put stuff. So in my final draft, I'll probably want to make these two things the same size. You make this a little smaller. And then I still need to make sure I add the date. So maybe I'm going to put the date up here. The date's really important because it is for this year. So I'm just going to kind of... I also want to make sure that I include the word fame somewhere on here. So in my final draft, I'm going to want to maybe include it somewhere like here, or maybe it becomes the main part of my page. But you also want to make sure that it's not just all writing. You want to have room for your picture. And then so here I would decide where I'm going to design my picture. Maybe I'm going to copy the maybe I will copy the symbols from the Fame logo, maybe make them my own, or maybe I'm going to do something else. Maybe I'm going to use a little bit of it. Maybe I'll do the drama and then some music, notes. Again, this is just my rough draft. I'm just kind of like playing around with it, deciding where things are going to go. Maybe you want to add maybe some books in the background, because maybe some music books or something. Maybe I want to include a paintbrush. So just kind of look around, maybe get some inspiration from some Google images. You might want to maybe draw some people and friends, just whatever you think would be good for our cover. Again, you want to make sure it's colorful and nice, bright colors, no orange faces, no pencil lines. You're going to want to make your final draft have all the pencil lines erased and using a pen to draw. Also, when you do your final draft, again, these are just letters written out. You're going to want to make your final draft be in pen with no pencil, so you can take that what you learned from the block lettering video, and you're going to want to make sure that some of your lettering is block lettering, especially the title, because that is really what needs to stand out. So here's kind of an example from the video of what he does. So you're going to want to make sure that you go through and do that. So I just like to kind of space it out beforehand, so I just know I have enough room, so it doesn't say flying hill or flying huh. I want to make sure that I have enough room for all the letters and for it to be evenly spaced. So there's an example of how I would do that. Something like that. It doesn't have to be exactly like this, guys. I just am showing you a suggestion. Your hills doesn't have to be curved like this. It could be straight across if you wanted it to be. You could put it like straight across. You could draw your lines like that. You can use a ruler to draw your lines if you'd like. You know, put your ruler there and draw your lines. Okay, so hopefully this helps. Again, be creative with this part. It doesn't have to be the Fame logo. It doesn't have to be this. It can be anything that represents flying hills to you. All right? Enjoy, be creative, and I look forward to seeing all of your awesome, original, and creative ideas.